So Carsten,
Hello there.
hello. You're drawing the current map of the MMO business. Your speech at Gamelab, right?
That's right. Yes, this afternoon I will inviting all of these wonderful guests here to join me on a little journey over the world through what MMO really is, where it has come from, and even more important, where we will be going.
And what does that map look like?
So I believe it was kind of a divided world where in East Asia or in the eastern parts they had adopted free-to-play for a long time already, thus driving monster traffic, monster companies with valuations, several in the club of $1 billion companies, whereas in the West, Europe was earlier, but the US has only very recently woken up to this trend of free-to-play. And we at Gameforge have been very early on doing that, and thus been able to successfully create a massive amount of followers. Now we're having 300 million plus users and growing. So I guess it will be informative for guests to see what we have picked up in that process.
Okay, looking forward to it. Which is the key for understanding the Asian MMO market and vice versa?
I would say being an Asian, I mean, we are ourselves getting a lot of our blockbusters developed out of Asia, simply because they have so much technical excellency in doing that, gained over a long period of time already. But we are not, as Gameforge, reaching out to users in the East. So we are publishing our games in up to 75 countries, full-blown MMORPGs, 19 different languages, web games, 55 different languages. So we are all across the Western Hemisphere, but we are basically no longer in East Asia, so I wouldn't be capable of being able to answer how one can understand them. And however, luckily, they also have not yet already proven that even with their billions of market cap, that they can always rock the Western markets. So the local players, which we are here, we are trying to grow, be smart and invest so that we cannot easily be flooded by the yellow wave.
The yellow wave.
Yeah.
Wow. Talking about the web browser games, do you believe in the claim that we all will end up playing just in browser game, in web browsers?
Well, I do believe that pipes are getting bigger, and cloud is obviously correctly a buzzword everywhere. So it will just be, regardless which platform it is, we will not all be concentrating on games of the type of what we now see as web games. There will be all sorts of genres playable over all sorts of platforms. To that degree, you're completely correct. The fantastic games will remain, huge projects will continue to be developed, but they will just be available on all sorts of platforms. And of course, the cloud, the network will be the facilitator of it all.
Regarding the F2P model, the free-to-play model, which are the biggest risks you're facing right now? What can go wrong?
Well, I mean, you do need to have a certain cost structure to be able to run such a thing. I mean, and you need to be clever in marketing. It's all about eyeballs everywhere in the world. So we're very happy to have every single player, even those who do not convert into paying ones, because they make up the fun of the service which we're delivering to users. So it's a different set of skills maybe in a free-to-play game. So for example, if you're looking at an MMORPG, so the amounts of potential spamming for gold farming services or bots is only getting bigger if you're going free-to-play relative to formerly a subscription service. So there's a number of challenges to face, but last not least, it's all about the game and its service. It must be good, and that has always been the case.